There was once a dog who guarded an empty house. No children played in the yard. No family came home at night. No laughter, no footsteps. Yet every evening, the dog trotted to the front gate. Ears up, eyes sharp, tail still, protecting what no one else saw as worth keeping. First, people laughed. What's he guarding? There's nothing inside. But the dog didn't leave. He stood watch, faithful, patient. And one day, that house was not empty anymore. Across town, there was a boy named Eli. He grew up in silence. His father gone, his mother working nights. He ate dinners alone, microwave humming louder than conversation. In school, Eli felt invisible. His clothes were too plain, his voice too soft. His grades slipping through cracks teachers didn't have time to fill. He asked himself at night, why keep trying when no one notices? And that question pressed on him like a heavy stone. But one afternoon, walking home, Eli saw the dog. Its ribs showed. Its fur was patchy, but its eyes steady. It barked at shadows, guarded broken windows, sat proudly in front of a door that hadn't opened in years. And something in Eli whispered, "That's me. Empty house, guard dog heart." Eli began stopping by after school. He'd sit on the curb with his backpack and watch. The dog never left. Rain or shine, hunger or heat, it stood its post. One day, Eli whispered, "Why do you stay when no one comes?" Of course, the dog didn't answer, but its body did. It rose. It walked the fence, circled back, sat down again. And in that silent ritual, Eli saw a truth. You don't guard because it's easy. You guard because it matters, even if no one sees yet. Time went on. Eli tried harder at school. He studied words late into the night, repeating them like prayers. Still, his tongue stumbled. His essays bled with red ink. His friends mocked. Why bother? You'll never get it right. And every time he thought of quitting, he remembered the dog. Thin, lonely, guarding anyway. So Eli guarded his dream, even when it felt empty, even when no applause came. One winter night, a storm ripped through town. Windows shattered, trees snapped, power lines fell. Eli ran down the block in the pouring rain to see if the dog was still there. It was, soaked, shivering, but standing at the gate, barking into the storm as if it could hold back the sky itself. Eli knelt, tears mixing with rain. "Why won't you give up?" he whispered. And in that moment, he realized the dog wasn't guarding wood or brick. It was guarding faith. Faith that someday someone would return. Months later, the town began repairing houses. Painters came, builders hammered, and one afternoon, trucks pulled up to the empty house. Families stepped out, parents, children, boxes, furniture. They gasped when they saw the dog. "He stayed," the father said, voice thick. "He really stayed." The children hugged him. The mother carried out food. And the dog, old, tired, scarred, wagged its tail and walked inside like it had been waiting its whole life for this moment. The house was no longer empty. The guard was no longer alone. That night, Eli wrote in his notebook, "If a dog can guard an empty house until it is filled, then I can guard my dream until it lives." He circled one word, faith, because that's what it takes to hold on when everything looks empty. And maybe tonight you've been guarding something too. Not a house with broken windows, but an empty dream that feels boarded up. Not a gate on a street corner, but a plan that cracked and collapsed in your hands. Not four silent walls, but a hope inside you so quiet, you wonder if it still breathes. Picture yourself at the gate of that place. Cold wind, empty rooms, nothing moving, and still you stand there, guarding, waiting, believing. So let me ask you, if you had to choose one word to guard with your life, just one, what would it be? Share that word quietly in the comments. Years later, Eli stood on a stage at graduation. He wasn't valedictorian. He wasn't the loudest. But when his name was called, he walked steady. In the crowd, his mother cried. In his chest, the word faith still burned, because he had guarded his dream, through silence, through storms, through emptiness, and like that house, his life had been filled. So maybe tonight you feel like Eli once did, like the house, empty, like the dog, guarding anyway. Maybe your ribs show from the struggle. Maybe your voice shakes from the weight. Listen, the world will call you foolish for guarding what looks worthless. But remember, emptiness is often the first stage of fullness. Guard your dream when no one claps. Stand at the gate when storms howl. Hold fast when the street is empty, because one day the movers will come. The laughter will return. The doors will open, and you'll realize you didn't just guard an empty house. You guarded your future. If this story reminded you to guard your dream with faith, hit like, subscribe for daily motivational stories, and share this with someone who needs to hear. The house isn't empty forever. Faith fills it.